Hey, babe. I just got home from work and all your stuff are gone. Where are you? What's going on?
Oh, I left you.
We spoke about it. I thought we were good.
We will never be good. You put your hands on me.
But you messed up my eye. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, defending myself after you put your hands on. What?
But babe, you really messed up my eye. Like, I don't. I'm not even tripping about that. Like, come
Be
on.
lucky that's all I did.
What? What does that mean?
It means one of us would have ended up in the boneyard.
The boneyard? What?
I would have Dolores Claiborne you.
Baby, listen. I just need help. Just work with me. I just give me some help. I promise, babe, I would never do that again. It was that one time. I would
Yeah.
never.
Tell that to all those battered and bruised women in history who's heard that so many times before and they've stayed. And unfortunately, for many of them, it was too late. So that's the lie. You can keep that. No thanks.
But babe,
You thought you were going to come into my life and break my spirit? I think not. So tell your father, the devil, it did not work.
baby, please. I love you.
Yeah, I love me too. That's why I left.
Hey, welcome to Let's Glow with Nini. I'm Nini, and let's get straight into this video.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Go where you're celebrated, not just tolerated. Choose what chooses you. Because being included isn't the same as being valued. You shouldn't have to shrink or prove your worth just to be allowed in the room. Be yourself, always. The right people, your people, will make you feel seen without you having to beg for it. And the right spaces will feel like peace, not performance. Choose people and spaces that choose you. The real, authentic you.
Start choosing yourself. Every time you choose somebody else over you, you abandon yourself once again. And you do this process so much that it becomes a habit of abandoning yourself. And now you're putting strangers' feelings and emotions before your own, whether they're right or wrong. Now that you have no identity, you also have no boundaries. Here's what's crazy. One of the most popular books in America is The 48 Laws of Power. What does that tell you about the majority of people? That means there's a lot of people out there that are seeking power. So check this out. Usually the people that are seeking power don't have any power in their own lives. So if you give someone like this a false sense of power, they're gonna take it and run with it, even though they know it's not real and even though you know it's not real. Every time you validate or make excuses for their bad behavior because you want to assume everyone is a good person like you, further reinforces to them that you're somebody they can take from. It's sad to say, but it's well known that many insecure people with an inferiority complex seek superiority complexes to compensate for their inferiority thoughts about themselves. So even though you may want to be a friend to all and people should want to be a friend back, you forget not everybody has good intentions or even the ability to perceive somebody would even think like that. Because to them that's weak, but that's what makes them weak, because they don't have compassion. Take off the cape and stop trying to save everybody and save yourself for once. If you feel guilty for choosing yourself, this is because you reinforce the behavior of putting people before you for far too long. You deserve to be happy and you deserve to be put first. Fear or worry about another person's emotions or perceptions of you is putting them first. What they think of you is more important to you than what you think of you. Instead of you having the mentality of take it or leave it. This is what I am, this is who I am, and I love myself. And if you don't like me, that's your loss. And if you try to start a problem with me, I will defend myself because I love myself and I choose me. Your job isn't to make an angry person feel better because of their own perceptions and their own insecurities. That's a them problem. But if you're still putting their emotions before your own, soon you will think you're responsible for their anger and you need to appease it. Some people learn that from childhood from very strict parents and it bleeds into their adulthood. If you had that process and pattern your entire childhood, yeah, it might turn into a habit when you're an adult and now you're doing it with other people. The way to start choosing yourself is to do it every single day. If you don't want to be that person's friend, but they want to be your friend, stop being their friend because you know they're no good for you. Maybe your relationship is based off of you putting their emotions before yours and they never do it back for you. Stop being their friend if you don't want to be their friend. That's choosing you. If somebody touches you and you don't want to be touched, you say, hey, don't touch me like that. That's choosing you, not their emotions and going, oh, they just didn't know. That's choosing them. Every time you ignore yourself, your body is screaming at you, and it's called anxiety. How long are you gonna have fears or worries about someone's emotions from the past instead of your own emotions for right now? Stop judging yourself for not being perfect enough for someone's warped reality. You are perfect the way you are. You just need to find yourself again. And you do that by choosing yourself every single time. Let people down. Say no. Because those that can respect your boundaries will be in your life at the end of the day, because that's a healthy relationship. If someone has a problem with you having boundaries, they're the problem. Goodbye. Stay lit.
I don't care who I lose, as long as I don't lose myself. I'm not shrinking. I'm not bending. I'm not making myself feel smaller so somebody else can feel bigger. If me growing or healing or chasing my purpose offends you, then lose me. Growth will cost you people, but losing yourself will cost you everything. So you have to remember that journey you're traveling on, that's your journey. And everybody wasn't meant to be a part of it. Losing people is painful, but losing yourself is fatal. I made the decision a long time ago that I'm finally choosing myself, and I'm not sorry for it.
You ever dealt with somebody and like you really, truly, genuinely, really liked them, really had love for them and would do anything for them, but they just keep showing you time and time again that you should choose yourself? Yeah. Being a good person and an understanding person definitely has its cons. You forgive a person, you be so understanding, and they feel like they can just keep playing with you and playing with you and playing with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm done being an understanding person. I'm done with all that shit. You try me one time and your ass is grass. I'm stopping shit at the door. I'm not waiting until 3-4 times to finally say some shit. No, I'm stopping it at the door. Because one thing about it, you have to respect yourself. Being okay with things that you're not okay with, you're disrespecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the disrespect. Like, I'm tired of disrespecting myself. Like, I'm just over that. So I'm not sparing nobody no more. Like, your ass will get cut off and I will replace you and I won't have no hard feelings about it because you knew not to play with me and you still play with me anyways. Like, you think I'm somebody to play with. So I'm going to just get you up out my way and we're going to go separate ways, and that's just going to be that.
So I don't know if anyone has ever had this moment where either you hang out with family or a friend or even with someone you thought you might date, and then you just get this feeling where you're just like, no man, like, I am never ever feeling like this ever again. And they don't know, like, you're just going on about whatever it is, a hangout session, a date, whatever. And you go on about it. But inside, you make a decision and you're just like, you're never seeing me ever again. Like, you will never have access to me ever again. It could even be in the workplace where you're just like going on about the workday. And inside, you're just like, oh no. Like, it is the most, it's a warm feeling. You're calm, but you're decisive.
It's funny how when you choose you realize how many people in your life were never really choosing you, but using you. Using your presence, using your resources, using your time, using your generosity, using your kindness, using your advice, using you to fuel their own life. And when you ask for it in return, you need it too much. When you ask the people who are supposed to love you and have your back and ride with you till the wheels fall off, to be the fuel that you have been for them, to give it back to you because you're running on E, they all of a sudden had enough with you. That's why no matter where you are in life, no matter what phase you are in, you have to operate in every situation, in every relationship, as though you are number one. Because if you don't choose you, no one will see the value in choosing you too.
One thing that I'm going to always teach my kids is to choose themselves, no matter what. Because I'm just over here thinking about all of the times and all of the situations that I was ever in. And at the end of it, I was always lonely. Like, it was always me. And a lot of times I had to learn that everybody else is going to choose them. It took a long time for me to know and realize that choosing me was going to be the most important. I will always, and I just saw a quote that said, teach your kids early what you learned late. And there have been times where my back was against the wall and it was just all these people was against me. And in that moment, I still didn't choose myself because I was still trying. And I strongly encourage my kids to choose themselves. Like, no matter what situation you are in, because you have to really think about this. There will be a lot of times and a lot of moments and a lot of decisions that would need to be made, and you will have to think of yourself. If I don't teach them early that they have to choose them, they'll go through things that I went through, and I don't want that. Because had I known that choosing me would have been the answer to a lot of my problems, I would not have went through most of them, probably all of them. And you want to know something else? Choosing you at an early age builds confidence. It does. It builds confidence. And you want to know what else? Allowing your kids the opportunity to be independent also teaches them to choose themselves. Seriously.
I know you think you're tired of how people are mistreating you, but you're really tired of watching yourself letting it happen. You're tired of how you're treating yourself. And I know it because I've been there and used to be the most sacrificial, boundaryless, people-pleasing person there was. And in every area of my life, like romantically, friendships, work, like everything. I was just always self-sacrificing, always giving, not knowing how to receive, and constantly frustrated and hurt because of it. And at first was looking at everybody else, and not until I looked at myself and realized that I was truly being irresponsible with my heart and my gifting. Not until I looked at me did things begin to change. Realized that that version of me that put everyone else first would never achieve the things that I wanted. I would never have the relationship or the partner that I wanted. I would never have the type of clients that I wanted. I would never have really any of the goals that I wanted if I didn't learn how to choose myself and put myself first. When you choose you, you can make sure that your cup is full and people just get your overflow. But if you don't respect yourself, the world won't either. There's a natural law called the law of reflection. And it basically just means that the world mirrors your energy. You settling for crumbs, but you expecting the world to send you a whole loaf of bread? No, you gonna get crumbs, boo. You're constantly abandoning yourself. So you get situations that do the same thing. The life you're living now is literally just a echo of what you've tolerated. It's a reflection of the standards you have yet to raise. And when you can start being honest with yourself about it, that's when things will change for you. When you start choosing yourself, and you choose to change your frequency, you're going to get aligned with people that actually value you. And the ones who don't, they're going to start to fade away. Opportunities that used to feel out of reach are going to start finding you. The world is going to treat you how you treat you. So the next time you're thinking about practicing self-betrayal, I just want you to remember that if you say yes to them, you're saying no to you.
One of the hardest things about dating and being single is that you're constantly going through a cycle of someone not choosing you.
Which is why you choose yourself. But dating is draining because you start constantly comparing yourself to other people. Even comparing yourself to the other chick that the guy ended up picking. And I feel like as women, we are so conditioned to be somebody's partner, and that's not what we're on earth for. Check the statistics. We're the most educated. We make the most money. Like, make your own rules. Stop feeling like you have to be in a relationship to be whole. Go traveling. You don't know. Your husband might be in a different country. Start a business. Make more money. Choose yourself, better yourself, and your husband will come along. That's where I'm at. I'm done with trying to be chose. I choose myself.
You need to choose yourself now or regret later. There are people who think that well, time is going to heal. He's going to change. She's going to change. It's just a matter of time. No, time doesn't change anything. It just makes you more stuck and more stuck every day. And people think that let me just tolerate it. I will think about it later. Do you know how much that thing has a toll on your emotions, a toll on your mental state? When you keep on saying, I will fix this later. It's just a matter of time. Let me just do other things. We will speak about this issue later on. My friend, you either speak about it or you get out. Why? Because the more you get stuck, more and more and more and more, then you will realize how deeper and deeper you get into this and you cannot get out from it. And you'll be getting more stuck because your soul is being attached to this person. And this is what we call a soul tie. The soul consists of three things: the mind, emotion, and free will. And your mind is more and more attached to this person. Your emotions are more and more attached, and you lose your free will. You cannot be able to pluck yourself from this. And that's why you see people living in relationships whereby they are not valued, you're not feeling anything better, and it's total arguments from morning to evening, and you can't get out. I've seen most of my clients, most of the people who come to speak to me, they tell me, Keith, I'm just stuck in this. I can't get out. I know I don't like this person. I don't love this person at all. And we are not compatible. They don't love me either. But I just can't tell why we are together. And I just feel like I wish I could go away. But I cannot pluck myself from this. This is a soul tie. And getting out from soul ties is one of the hardest things, because the longer you stay, the longer the tie. The longer you stay, the longer the tie. And it's like a whole cobweb of situations. So don't just sit down there. Either you solve it or you get out. Think about 20 years down the line. You come back and you say, I wasted all my life. Finally, we have parted. What have I achieved? What have I gained? I've never enjoyed life. I've never been me. I've always tried to please this person who was beating me every day, who was doing wrong things to me, who was cheating on me every day. What do you gain from it? I've had people who come to me and they tell me, I've been in this relationship for 14 straight years. I've never had one happy moment. We have always been arguing from morning to evening. And I just can't tell why I was there in the first place. I've been here for a very long time, just asking myself, hey, maybe he will change, maybe she will change. And this is the time that I made a decision. Let me tell you, the first decision you need to make is to decide to be happy. Decide to be happy. Decide, because a decision is what formulates all the other thing. And once you decide to make yourself happy and to focus on yourself and to improve yourself, then everything else is going to underline itself. It's going to culminate towards this one decision that you've made. The first thing is make a decision to live a fulfilling life. And after you made this decision, then start watching your plan. Start seeing what are some of the obstacles. Remove fear of what will people say, what will their parents say, what will this person say. Fear of other people who might say, you guys look good together, why are you not together anymore? You know, it's just fear of people who are living their lives. But you're just afraid, oh, what will I tell their mother? The mother of this man or this woman loves me, and she knows this and she knows that. And what about the sisters? What about the workmates? What about this and that? My friends, don't kill yourself trying to impress other people, trying to say, what will other people say? Ask yourself, what if things go wrong? Will they be there for me? If they really love me the way I love them, they would care about how I feel. So don't kill yourself. Fix up your life. Either fix this relationship or let it go. And if you want to fix your own relationship because you feel there is still hope, it's just maybe something is not adding up, there is a profile bio here. Just click here and go to my profile bio. Go to my profile bio and there's a link there which will send you to my website, keithmwoki.com. Book a session with me, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or whatever time will be okay with you. Explain your situation. Let me come up with solutions, step-by-step solutions to help you break from this. You can reach me out. There's also my line, that which is also there. You can be able to reach me out, contact. Let's build this once and for all. Fix your life. You don't need to live in a life of suffering, just being there because, yeah, we have children. So what? Children, another time, they will also have their own lives. And remember, they are watching how you're being mistreated. And that is how they're going to mistreat their own wives or their own husbands. And they are watching. And that's how they are going to be vulnerable to the people whom they are going to be in relationship with. So instead of you just allowing your children to see this kind of thing, you better fix it. Fix it or get out.
You don't want them. You want them to want you because your abandonment wounds from childhood made you hyperfixated on being chosen. So how do I love myself? How do I choose myself? This is the overwhelming question that you guys keep leaving in the comments. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it. For me, the biggest way that I started choosing myself was to learn when to let go. You choose yourself by choosing all of you. Right now, the majority of us choose certain parts of us that have been deemed acceptable, that have been validated throughout our life. But the parts that we find hard to choose are our shadow aspects, the parts of us that we shove down, the painful parts, the ugly parts. That's the part that we have to choose in order to be confident in relationships. Here's an example from my own personal experiences. So when I would date in the past, I would not choose myself when it came time for maybe a kiss or some intimacy. Someone would interact it and I wasn't ready. I would still go on and do it, even though I wasn't ready, because I was so scared that if I didn't do it, they wouldn't choose me. I was so scared that if I didn't abandon myself and what I really wanted to do, if I didn't abandon my own needs and boundaries, that I would be abandoned by them. So that obviously caused a lot of pain over and over. I kept doing things that I didn't really want to do, and then I would expect stuff and get attached, and then it wouldn't happen, and I kept blaming the other person, but the person who needed to take control and choose me was me. I had to finally see this pattern. When I do stuff, when I'm intimate before I'm ready, it turns out really bad. So I have to set boundaries and be willing to say, fine, you can walk away. I'm not ready to do this, but if you need this right now, you can walk away. I choose me.
Where's the girlies at that are single and not looking? Like, I'm in a relationship with myself right now. I keep trying to explain that to people, but they're not getting it. I'm in love with me. I'm obsessed with me. Nobody's going to be able to love me how I can love me. No one's going to be as obsessed with me in a healthy way as I am with myself in a healthy way. And therefore, I'm not settling. If you don't capture my soul's attention, you might capture my eyes, but if you don't capture my soul, like, there's no internal spark, I'm telling you right now, you might as well not even waste your time and energy. I'm not available to everybody. I'm not accessible to everybody. I'm not no everybody type of girl. I don't just entertain anybody. I don't just attract anybody. People probably think I got a lot of hoes or I talk to a lot of people. Y'all would be so surprised how dry my line is. But that is by choice. But I'm just not the mixy type of woman. I'm not finna put myself in those type of energies. I'm not who I used to be either. So for people from my past looking at me like I'm a whole new person, I am. Yeah. So I'm just watching. I'm peeping. I see more things than people think I see on an energy level, on a spiritual level. I see shit people don't see. You feel me? People don't be ready for me. You're not ready for me, so please just stop wasting your own time. You hurting your own ego by trying to come fuck with me when you know you ain't ready for me. You know, not even to say it like that, but to say it like that. You can't do the bare minimum with me. You can't manipulate me. You can't run game on me. You can't lie to me. None of that. If you're not ready to be 100% authentic and have some real shit, leave me alone now. Because you going to try to lie. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to sense it. I'm going to see it. It's the lie. I trigger people unintentionally just by being my authentic self. Because I've actually done a lot of work on myself to get to where I'm at energetically and spiritually. So it does take a certain type of reflection for, you know what I'm saying, to deal with me. Because I will call you out on your shit. The shit that you try to hide from people. The shit that you try to hide from yourself. I see you. You think you slick. I see it. And people hate that. why I'm single. And it will stay that way. And you make assumptions based off what you see. So you might see a very attractive person and think that they, and not just attractive physically, but attractive spiritually as well. Like, you know, they are very magnetizing, very high vibrational. And you probably think, oh, they probably got so many options, so many people want to be with them. And they might want to be with them, but they don't have the courage to come forth with that type of energy. They might admire, but they won't come forth because they're not even, they can't reach you energetic. They can't reach me energetically. You feel me? There's something in them that stops them from even being able to come in contact with me. Something won't let them hit send, won't let them send that message, won't let them. That's what that is. That's my divine protection. That's my anointing. That's what happens when you rise to such a frequency. These karmics, these lower vibrations, you're not attracting that anymore. When you just out here toxic and living your life, you got so many different options. You can pick and choose. You feel what I'm saying? But are they really quality? It's quality over quantity. You might have a lot of options. You might have a lot of hoes. You might have a roster. But what are they really doing for you on a soul level? Nothing. But once you really do the work on your soul, you don't attract that many people because that many people ain't doing the work on their motherfucking soul. So it's not nobody that you attracting because it ain't that many people that's actually vibrating the way that you are for you to be able to attract them. So that's how you gonna know when the one comes around, like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I was being protected for. This, you will know. It's a knowing. I'm not meant to have no hot girl type of life, no hot girl summer, no, you know what I'm saying? No whole phase. No, none of that. It's just not written for me. And I'm fine with that.